Okay, so greetings, gentlemen. Greetings. Well, I don't know who asked. I just decided to make this tutorial on how to make your game looking, instead of, you know, these casual stupid colors. Let me show you. Instead of this boring and annoying and very you can make it like this. And some people were asking, oh HaiX, how are you doing this? How are you playing with these amazing colors on settings? Maybe you're using any type of third-party software. And the answer is yes and no at the same time. Well, the thing is, I can do it with and without any type of software, and today I will show you all of the possible ways on how to make your game look insanely good, insanely saturated with this warm, very amazing colors. All of these stupid YouTubers, they tell you the most basic stuff. I will go super advanced on how to make it in both matchmaking and FACEIT with all of the possible ways. So let's just begin. Okay, so now we need to go back to our desktop, and this is the most important and the most basic step. Oh wait, this is not mine. So this is the most important and the most basic step that you probably have seen in all of these, you know, shitty tutorials, but all of these fake YouTubers, they don't understand shit on how to set this up properly. That's why this tutorial is super exclusive. You will not find anything like this anywhere else. So they all tell you to change, you know, go to adjust desktop color settings and to change the digital vibrance. Yeah, this is very important, yes, and you will feel the difference because it will be at like 50% and your digital vibrance will increase, but it will not change the game like a lot. Yes, it will be a little bit more warm in game, like the colors are going to be a little bit more saturated. But what these stupid fucking YouTubers don't tell you is that if you go here and you can increase, if you don't have it here, you can increase the brightness, the contrast and the saturation to, if you don't have it on 100% and on max, try doing that and try increasing gamma, try playing with the colors, and here your colors might be set to limited. So place it on full, click apply, and then you will instantly see way more of a difference, because when you're increasing the saturation to 100%, your monitor in Nvidia control panel might be locked and you will not see the entire thing. Okay, so today's partner is Scope.gg. It's a platform that allows you to analyze your game in a lot of ways. It has a really user-friendly interface and a lot of features that show you how good you're playing in your recent matches. The dashboard provides a detailed accounting of statistics and the ability to read all of the source of information from both matchmaking and FACEIT games. It also has an amazing feature called Grenade Prediction Service, which teaches you how to throw any type of flash or a smoke or a molly on the most common spots on both 64 and 128 tick rate, which is insanely useful. For more advanced players who are playing in the team, Scope.gg offers a tactical board where you and your team can create easily understandable strats, so you could increase the quality of your training process. It is really easy to use and it offers an incredible flexibility. Also, Scope.gg created something that was never done before. They created a Steam bot that automatically analyzes your recent game and sends you notifications on how well you played it. So make sure to check it out by clicking the link in the description, and thanks a lot for watching the ad. So step number 2 would be to go to your Geforce experience right here. Click this and then click enable experimental features. Basically click this and then click enable in-game overlay, and after that don't start up the game. You just basically need to click properties and you need to put, which one is it, this allow third-party software command, this one. I will put it in the description. You need to put it on to be able to access the experimental features of Nvidia, the filters. So now we need to start up the game and let's see what it does. Okay, so before going to the filters, I want to show you something. If we go to the video settings right here, I increased my brightness to 130%, which is also a big part of this entire color settings, and then I also put my color mode to television. There is a big difference between computer monitor and television, because television makes everything a little bit more bright and removes a lot of unnecessary and dark colors. So like if you're doing this step by step, you will achieve like layer by layer exactly the picture that I have in my videos. If you are going to be missing some parts, then just don't go in the comments and say, oh, this is not working, or my picture looks different. No, this is what I am doing and this is what I recommend people to do. And now if we press Alt plus Z on our keyboard, go to game filters, we're allowed to use the game filters, and the filters that I'm using every single time is color. If you add the color, the settings are You remove tint color to 0%, tint intensity to 0%, temperature to 0%, and then you fully increase the vibrance. And there we go. Our vibrance has been increased, I think, twice already since we did the one in Nvidia control panel. Of course, we can increase it even more by adding more filters, but I do not recommend doing that because it's going to be basically deep fried. But there are a few things that I add more. Those are the detail filters, and these are the ones that I recommend. So sharpness, don't go higher than 30% because this will be like, you know, this is already like a deep frying memes type of thing. Clarity, I don't know. Clarity, I don't play with it a lot, but it's also like sharpness. But when you put a lot of clarity, it gives you like a lot of unnecessary shadows, unnecessary dark colors. And HDR toning is basically what I put to always to 100% because it removes the unnecessary Molotovs, like the unnecessary Molotov, like black things coming out of the Molotov, and you can see through Molotovs way better, and you can see through smokes way better. Now, some people are asking if it increases the amount of FPS. Yes, it might. Yes, it might. But this is the sacrifice that you have to make, and if your PC is well optimized for CS, or if you have a good PC, then it's gonna be good. The most asked question is, HaiX, how are you doing this on FACEIT? Because if you start the FACEIT anti-cheat, it will not give you the access to the features. It will automatically be like this. Automatically. It will not even, when you're going to be pressing Alt plus that, it will not be, you will not be able to access this panel. And the answer to this question is pretty simple. First thing that I did, I'm going to show you. I'll go back to the desktop and then I'll show you. You can see that when I'm starting FACEIT anti-cheat, it instantly gives me an error. Okay, now it doesn't. Why does it not? Okay, so now, as you can see, it gives me an error. Your system hasn't been patched against critical Windows security vulnerabilities to keep using FACEIT anti-cheat. So it basically says that I cannot use the FACEIT anti-cheat, but if I press OK, I am still allowed to use the FACEIT anti-cheat. So I will show you somewhere on the screen the Windows version update that I'm using. I completely disabled all of the FACEIT, all of the Windows updates, and I will show you the Windows version that I'm using. And one more thing, when installing this Windows version, you also need to install the specific drivers that I will also link to, the specific Nvidia drivers, the Geforce drivers that will allow you to use your filters inside the game, even after the FACEIT anti-cheat update. So I will link it down below. It will allow you to use shadow play, and it will allow you to use the Nvidia filters. So combined, all of that allows me to use the color settings. You cannot get it without doing that, but there is another version. So look. This is what you do with your third-party software, but there is another option how to do exactly the same thing without any of the third-party software, and now I'm gonna show you how. Okay, now I'm gonna show you exactly how to do everything of this, but only with monitor settings. Wait, what the hell is it? Hello? Hello? What are you doing here? Okay. To do that on your monitor without any third-party software, you need to have any of the gaming monitors, preferably BenQ. This one is BenQ Zowie XL2546, and this one is a 360Hz monitor that I'm not gonna touch. I'm not gonna go into the settings of this one because the settings of this one are very unique, and not many people have this type of monitors, and I want to show you something more common and something more easy to use. So the settings that you want to use here are: number one is color vibrance. Forget everything that I told you about the third-party software. You only do the step one when you go to Nvidia control panel, increasing the vibrance to 100%, and then making the full color range. And then here, you go here, and then color vibrance, increase it to, I use 20%. This is a lot, and not a lot of people would like that type of stuff, but you can play around with it. So this is basically the colors. This vibrant, warm colors is color vibrance. But outside of color vibrance, I use 20% when I played on this monitor. There is black equalizer. Black equalizer is exactly the same thing as the HDR toning in here. HDR toning here in the monitor settings. This is black equalizer. This is exactly the same thing. And then when you put it to like max, you will get rid of a lot of unnecessary shadows and dark spots on your monitor. And of course you can play around with stuff like sharpness as well. There are all of the things here. Okay, here you can see there is all of the details that you saw on in the game filters. They're all in the monitor. They're all in the monitor. So this is for any type of gaming monitor without any type of third-party software. So this is all of the possible ways how to get it for FACEIT, for matchmaking, for anything you play with FACEIT anti-cheat, without FACEIT anti-cheat, whatever it is.